Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California, and today I'm going to introduce you to something you may or may not know about. Not cilantro, as I'm growing here, and this is slow bolt. Isn't that cool? But I am going to talk about culantro. And what's the difference? They're completely different plants, yet they taste almost identical. Cilantro doesn't like the heat. When it gets hot in the summer, it bolts and dies back. But culantro loves the heat, and it grows all summer long. In fact, do it right, find a good place for it, and the plant will grow for 2 years for you. So what we're growing here by seed now is culantro. It's an herb that is similar in flavor and aroma to cilantro. Now keep in mind, it's not grown in a lot of places because it absolutely loves warm weather. If it gets too cold at all, it's even going to be touch and go here, it could die back. Normally the plant will live for about 2 years. So it's, it's better than a regular herb where some of them die back and they only live for a year. These will live for about 2 years. They'll turn into a good sized bush. The leaves are very green and long. It is not the same plant. It is not at all cilantro. It's a different plant completely. It grows differently, but it's the taste and the flavor. Now, in Puerto Rico, they absolutely love it. I have a friend that was born in Puerto Rico, and they just wanted it so bad, and we couldn't find it here. We didn't know where it was. I'm sure some specialty markets may carry it, but we have not seen it. So Gary decided, of course, let's give it a try. And we went ahead and we bought some seeds. Now, let me explain. I have nothing to do with Walmart. I just buy from them. It just so happened that the person we bought from, which is known as USA Garden Shop, had the seeds on Walmart as well as on his site. Now, if you go to his website and you buy the seeds from there, it was actually for us a little more money because you had to spend a certain amount, let's say, to get a better shipping cost. So by only wanting a small amount, well, then the issue was it was going to cost a couple dollars more. And you know me, I'm very frugal. I went ahead and decided to go through Walmart. I saved about $2 because all Gary wanted was the starter pack, and which was about 350 seeds. And let me tell you, they're so tiny that I only wanted to plant like 3 or 4. And there was no way almost to pick up that many because they were just little specks. But the point was, we went ahead and bought it from Walmart. You can buy it from his website. I will say that he mailed it out so quickly that when we bought it, it seemed like within the week. And I planted these on December 25th, Christmas Day. And I planted it in the beginning in my pencil box, my new way of planting seeds directly or putting it in paper towels. I planted it with some broccoli and a few other things I was planting in my cupcake cup dividers. And then since those had to be planted out in the garden and they were not growing yet because the other ones came up right away, I moved it in with my dragon fruit cactus seeds that I'm working with. And I left it there, and lo and behold, they just popped up, and that's what I'm going to show you now. It's a very interesting plant. I can't wait to see if we can get it going. I don't see why not, but if you want to see what it looks like my daughter's got one. She actually decided, I think she's afraid of me. I give her seeds, and it was like, oh, let's use Malabar spinach. I'll plant a couple. Then it ended up all over her yard, and she didn't want that many. So before she ended up with some plants from me, and she didn't know if she wanted it, she went actually out and bought the plant. Now, we bought the plant, which was we bought the seeds that were shipped in from Georgia. And I'm not sure exactly, she's got it on her website where she bought the plant. But she got a plant, an established plant. It's doing really good. Go take a look at it. She's got a good story on it and how she put it in a spot and it got really nasty looking. It didn't like the cold, and she brought it in. It's making a big comeback. We will not be able to put out our seedlings, even when they take off, until our nights are probably 60 and above, because especially babies are not going to like it. And once the weather warms up, there won't be a problem. I have heard in zone 10A and up, maybe 10B, you will be able to possibly keep it alive for the 2 years, but we'll have to see how this goes. We've never grown it, but my friends are going to be really excited if we can get it going, because this is something he's missed, and it's the flavor, he said, is magnificent. You don't need to add a whole lot to your meals because it's very strong. You can use it in cooking, where normally with cilantro, a lot of times they put that at the end. So if you're adding it into salad or adding it into soups or stews or whatever they're putting it in, they put it towards the end. Where culantro, I have heard, has a stronger flavor, and you can actually add that in anytime during the cooking process, even in the beginning, and it's supposed to be magnificent. And this is what our friend was telling us. So we'll see what happens. But those are the seedlings. They're really tiny. I mean, you almost needed a loop, like a jewelry loop to see it. It took a month for the seeds to just start to germinate. 4 weeks, let's put it that way. 4 weeks to grow. And I was so excited. And let me tell you, the day it popped out, the very next day, as you can see here, boom, it had 2 leaves. Now I've got another one coming. And I think I only managed to get a few seeds in there because that's all I wanted to do. But now, knowing that the seeds are good, I'm going to get a few more going. We'll get them out into the garden and we'll see how they go. And I don't know if my daughter will probably end up getting it from me, but go take a look. I'll put the link to her video. She put it up and she's excited with it. Apparently they tasted it when they got there, and they do like it. They really like the flavor. And it's a better plant for summer because here in Southern California, in the desert area, you can't grow cilantro in the summer. You know how I say you can't grow. You can grow it, but the point is, it's like my lettuce. It's going to bolt. As soon as it goes, oh, it's warm, I'm going to seed. Cilantro will go to seed. Where culantro, that will go to seed, and you can leave it or not. I'll get into that in a minute. But it loves the heat. The heat will not kill it. It will not make it bolt and then die back. These will keep going. Now you will see when they go to flower, it's a green flower. You don't want to take the seeds off at that point if you want to collect it. Now, if you don't want any seeds, because you can do it, I heard, by cuttings, take the seeds off so you'll get much better flavored leaves, plus you'll get bigger leaves, so the plant will put the energy into growing the plant itself. If you want seeds, then of course you leave the flowers and let them completely do its thing as nature intended. Let them open, let them dry on the plant, and as soon as they're completely dried or close to it, that's when you can clip them off and then gather up those tiny seeds. You can cover them and protect them if you're afraid a bird or something may come to get them with tulle, Tulle. That will be up to you. But if you take off the flowers that with immature seeds, this is with any plant really, your seeds will not be viable to grow. You'll end up with seeds, they won't look right usually, and they don't generally grow. So you decide which way you're going to do it. We'll probably go ahead and let some of them go to seed now, but when I bought 350, I do not need 350 plants, or even 300 if a lot of them grew. I've heard people say it takes months and months to get the seeds to germinate and start to grow. Well, let me tell you, it takes 4 weeks. I put it in a pencil box with a little light on top. This is a light that you put on top of a fish bowl. Let's say you have a betta with a plant in it, and it puts a little bit of the UV that it needs into the water. I don't know if the plants really needed that, but it was warmth. It was a 7-watt bulb that I only turn on during the day. I shut it off at night because I have it on top of my refrigerators where I kept it. And that was enough to get them going. So they did start in 4 weeks. You could probably put them on a heat mat, but I went that way just because I had it. It was more convenient for me. So they will germinate. Now, the other thing is there's people that have gone and put out a tote or a container and spread all the seeds out, and they watered it. Remember, these are tiny seeds. And they said that they got 1 or 2 out of hundreds they put in a container. I think we're talking about something like popolo now, because popolo, another herb that is similar to cilantro, that one, the seeds germinate really good, but animals take it away. Insects take it away. Birds is what I'm saying. They'll get in there. Anything that finds the tiny seedlings will take it before you even notice it. And I think that's what's going on with the culantro. So what you want to do is protect it, put it in a container, cover it, make sure the seeds are in a warm area. Don't water it really hard because you don't want those seeds to go too deep down. So gently use a watering can with very fine water mist coming out. and you should be fine, but make sure you cover it. Make sure that your pot does not have any roly-polies or anything in it, because they will eat the seedlings before you even see them, and then you should get a whole bunch. So I hope I've given you some information. We'll continue this as they get bigger, but I was so excited. And go check out her website, and I will put the link below because she just posted it, and I think it's a fascinating plant. I love the way the leaves look with that kind of long, elongated leaf, and it's serrated on the side like it's been cut with a scissors that's zigzag, and it's just so pretty, and I can't wait till we eat it. Have a great day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye.